Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLG Meetup. This is Alvaro, your host, and we're back with another interesting conversation with a very successful artist, designer, and top 250 US entrepreneurs based on Forbes. Her name is Elizabeth Sutton. She is from New York, currently based in Miami, and she's gonna bring a really interesting topic about art and how to really take your business to the next level. Hey, Elizabeth, what's going on?
Hey Alvaro, how are you?
Such a colorful background. I love it.
Duh. Joining us from the Maldives. Your real life background is colorful.
Well, I mean, yes, can't complain, but all good, all good. How is everything with you? How is your business? How are things in Miami?
Other than my son's 9 cavities and some personal life problems, business is great actually. So that's good. Hey Sarah. Sarah's a very high-end designer down here in Miami. Business is actually amazing. I'm doing huge projects. I'm designing a 500,000 square foot commercial project in Brooklyn. I'm doing all the art programming for that with the studio architecture. I have 5 licensing deals about to launch. Have commission lists of like my fine art for months, and all good things. I have my necklaces that just came out.
Oh, there we go. I love it. That's your signature, huh? The butterfly. I love it. Which,
Correct.
by the way, I was very impressed last time I was at your studio slash apartment slash magic place because it has a combination of everything that you do, which is not just, art. It's just a combination of a lifestyle, put into such a colorful and strong. So I love it. Tell us a little bit about where this Elizabeth Sutton collection and the way that you do art came into place.
Well, first of all, I'm from New York. I recently just moved to Miami, ran away from COVID, New York City, and so I currently am. My studio and my apartment are all in one, which has been interesting and challenging. But so now my apartment looks like a museum. On top of my fine art, because I paint, obviously, but I design rugs, wallpapers, furniture, desk chairs. But tomorrow night, I'm putting out all my designs. You should look at them. They're fire.
Because you told me before, you're not the type of artist that goes and puts it into galleries or showrooms. You go straight into the homes. That's where you really specialize on, right?
So first of all, my art career started through actually luxury staging with Ryan Serhant. I don't know if you know who he is, but $1 Million Listed in New York. He's like New York's top broker. And that's how my career got started. I started my art career through luxury staging and properties because art brings life to spaces. We spend our time in our homes, and our surroundings are like the energy that enters your sphere.
That's incredible. And you have that fire, that New York fire that honestly you bring into your art, because we were talking about how important it is to really revolutionize a little bit the industry. And you come from helping Ryan Serhant to stage some homes. Obviously, coming us from real estate, we see that it's important to partner with talented artists. And not only that, but you are a very successful entrepreneur. You're top 250 listed on the US by Forbes. And I think that's what really brings value into real estate, into your home. So explain a little bit how that journey has been of getting into the homes and adding value through your art.
I saw a lot of value in art staging because I realized not only was I going to be putting, obviously, of course, choose the right spaces, but people walking through $5, $10, $20 million homes can afford my fine art, which ranges from $5,000 to $30,000, $150,000 for my pool table. So
I like that one.
It was the right alignment, but also it gave me the opportunity to get photos, high-res images, because the developer or the broker was shooting it, and those are very valuable for artists so that people can envision art in the space. Not only did it not cost me, at this point I charge a lot of money for it, right? In the beginning I was doing it for free just to get exposure, but now I charge a lot of money. So I'm getting all that value on top of the dollars.
So what does Elizabeth Sutton collection represent?
Elizabeth Sutton collection represents hard work through and through, positivity, energy. My theme is color is life. Life is not all rainbows and butterflies, but my art is. I try and preach a message of strength and resilience. I've been through a lot of very hard times. You name it, It's happened from financial loss to many deaths to people dying in my car to divorce with a 3-week-old and a 2-year-old to all sorts of problems. And my message is that if you focus on the negative, you're going to be negative. And if you focus on progress and healing yourself and, you know, step by step making progress, identifying that there are problems and you need to start resolving them, that you'll come out on top. And resilience is really what my brand is about, trying to teach people to not see their struggles as negatives, but actually as their biggest, you know, opportunities.
Those things that you're just explaining and referring to, I think they are amazing. And there is so many women out there that feel such a big inspiration from you, because you definitely said single mother that came through a really hard background, and now you're here, successful, top 250 in Forbes. I mean, what you're doing, and with the energy and positivity that you are going every day to build this business, and especially to help other people, because when you bring this value, and that's why I like to have you here today, because when you explain your story, when you explain what your collection is all about, I think that it brings so much value into a home, into a space. So tell us a little bit about your current projects, because it's very exciting.
Okay, so I actually have 4 businesses. First is my fine art, prints, and commercial design work, like that building I'm designing. Then I have products that I manufacture and distribute myself, such as these clutches, belts, bag straps, leather bags, luggage tags, napkin rings, placemats, drawer pulls. And I manufacture and distribute that myself. So I go to Mexico City. I have a manufacturing partner in China. I specialize in like really custom, beautiful packaging, all bearing my art designs inside. I'm actually launching a members only program that is going to be about, like, it's really academic mostly. It's going to be about resilience and cooking, but I'm trying to teach people like the tools that you really need to know to start a business. You know, you need to decide what your strategy is. You can't license your designs unless you've built a brand, right? Like, no one's going to license your designs unless you've built a brand.
Correct.
So that comes later on. If you want to start manufacturing and distributing a product, I'd say first and foremost, you really need to come up with a plan before you start getting creative and be like, this is what I want to do. What is your plan? How are you going to sell it? What's it going to cost you until you get to the point of sale? Can you sustain those costs, right? What are the costs involved? The graphic design work, the sample making, you know, investment in inventory. You need to factor. You really need to inform yourself. And again, my members only program is coming, and I'm going to start informing based on my own personal experiences, because I made so many mistakes through the process because I didn't learn this, didn't know this, didn't have mentors, and it cost me a lot of money over time. And I'd love for people to avoid those mistakes.
Well, those are great tips and advice for anybody that is really trying to get their business up and running to really the next level. Besides that, you know, I always ask this question because it's a very interesting question, and I'm sure you have a very unique answer like yourself. What's luxury to you?
What is luxury? So first of all, it's expensive, right? Luxury is expensive. If you walk up my stairwell, you'll see a painting that says, "You want the best, I'm expensive," because it used to live in my studio. I wanted my clients to understand, like, we're talking about expensive and more expensive, right? Like, but anything for me, I'm a luxury brand. And I'm actually, with my fine art, with my licensing strategy, I'm trying to go high-low, but with my fine art, I'm luxury. My brand has historically been luxury. All my products are plated in 24 karat gold, you know? Luxury means expensive, high quality, you know, things that most people can't afford, and something that very few people have because they've worked very hard to get it. Sometimes they've inherited it. But it means the ability to afford a $15,000 painting and put it on your wall. And the best art is expensive. I hate to say it. The ability to go to the Maldives on a whim with your girlfriends and enjoy a vacation in the most beautiful place on earth, you know, going on a yacht, you know, being in, you know, my clients are as luxury as they get, right? Every single, yes, service. You're absolutely correct, Esther. Esther is also a broker down here in Miami.
She was in our team, by the way. I was going to tell you, we work together, and Esther reminds me a lot of you because you both have that energy and driven power, and You know, I really like that. So I'm glad that you both know each other. I didn't know that.
And she actually is like comes from the same type of community, and we like have the same
Yeah.
exit from like our religious upbringings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
But
she's
yes,
great. Hi,
Sarah,
Esther. Thanks
yeah,
for
just
tuning
be
in.
treating yourself. Yes, the state of comfort. Exactly. It means that for me, luxury means that like I don't have to worry. Luxury means you don't have to worry. You might have to worry about other things, but like you don't have to worry about the fact that my son has 9 cavities this morning and it's going to cost me $4,000. Okay,
Oh,
and
wow.
it doesn't sound glamorous, but that's freaking luxury because that's $4,000. That's a vacation.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Now, tell me a little bit more about your personal self because you are always so positive and high energy, and it's not easy to maintain that level. You know, I know very few people that can maintain that energy, and you're one of those that every time that we talk, you're boom, 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 boom. So, what do you do, or what's in your routine that maintain yourself at that high level?
I think God blessed me with a lot of energy, okay? And that's where like the actual energy comes from, just DNA. But I also think that it's my perspective. I went through a very hard time in my life. I lost a lot of things, people in a very short amount of time, and it made me want to chase life, right? I unfortunately saw 2 of my closest friends die super young within 2 years. It was tragic. And I said, life is short, you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna get everything that I want in this life. And I'm not gonna have a boring life. I'm not gonna be one of these, housewives who, and there's no, by the way, I don't judge others, but it wasn't for me. I know for sure it wasn't for me. And I don't want to be a housewife where my kids are my only focus. I didn't feel good about myself in that moment. So I think it's that thirst for like being happy, chasing life. I want to be rich. I want luxury. I had luxury. I want to be at the Reef Iran Maldives. Okay. And the only way I'm going to get it is if I earn it, because I'm definitely not going to marry for money. Hell fucking no. I have a lot of responsibilities too, right? So at this point in my life, I've created such a behemoth to a degree that my day is so scheduled. The second we finish this call, I have 4 people waiting for me to speak to me that I need to delegate things to. Then I get on a Clubhouse. Then I paint while filming. Then I start cooking for 20 people coming for dinner tonight. So
we need to arrange one of those dinners. We talked about it. We're gonna create a really cool experience together.
I'm down whenever you're ready. You have not experienced my hosting, but I am a fantastic.
I bet. I believe
chef.
it. I believe it. I believe
Fantastic.
it. So we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Once I'm back at the end of the month, we'll organize it.
That was my first creative passion. I think I told you. As a housewife, I cooked and entertained all the time, and I thought I was going to be a chef, and I ended up an artist somehow. But yeah.
There's art. There's art in both worlds.
You're gonna see my food and my tablescape, and yes, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, beautiful. Well, Elizabeth, unless there is any other takeaways that you would like to share, I know you're pretty busy. So, any last words you would like to share with us?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. Guys, follow along if you're new to my brand, and honestly, the
please.
Only, yeah, and yes, for sure. But also, we're gonna do more together once you're back stateside. But honestly, it's just to be positive. Like, everyone has problems. Trust me. My boyfriend just got diagnosed with cancer. Like, my assistant, literally, my right hand just told me she's leaving. Like, I could be having fucking panic attacks all day long, right? Like, I could. But if I put my time into having panic attacks, I wouldn't be solving the problems. So you only have finite amounts of time. So just remember that our time is finite. It's the only thing you can really never get back. So focus your energy in the right places. As soon as anyone's negative, cut it out. Nothing replaces hard work, and good vibes only.
Love it. Love the energy, love the attitude, and really appreciate you being here today. Thanks again for your story and for sharing all those tips and takeaways. So, Elizabeth, can't wait to see you in Miami. Best of luck with all the projects. I'll definitely check out all the new things that you're launching, such as the chairs. And for those that are watching or listening today, please make sure to follow Elizabeth. She's incredible. It's a machine full of inspiration. So thanks again. And
thank you. Have fun in Maldives. I'm going to live vicariously and make sure to watch your stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you for having
Listen.
me, Alvaro. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.